Be me, 29, Director of Esports Operations at a top-tier North American organization. Org is massive, VC-backed, millions in funding, fancy HQ in Santa Monica with exposed brick and kombucha on tap. My background isn't gaming. God, no. Did a dual major in communications and sociology, then an MBA. Spent 4 years in corporate PR for a fashion brand, then pivoted to digital entertainment because that's where the venture capital was flowing. Landed this job because the board wanted to clean up the image of competitive gaming. Esports is a cesspool, let's be honest. Sweaty, unwashed dudes in jerseys screaming slurs at monitors, chugging energy drinks, and gatekeeping anyone who doesn't know what hitscan means. I came in with a vision. Not just to win trophies, but to cultural shift the entire ecosystem. My predecessor was this guy named Marcus. Classic gamer bro. Talked about macro play and Branda, economy rounds. Built a team of 5 Korean and Eastern European prodigies who lived in a basement and played 16 hours a day. Sure, they won the world championship 2 years ago, but their interviews? Painful. Monosyllabic grunts, no charisma, no marketability outside of selling mousepads to other nerds. I wanted Vogue features. I wanted Nike sponsorships, not just Logitech. I wanted a team that looked like the future, not a basement LAN party. So, when the contract renewals came up, I made my move. Board gave me the green light to refresh the roster for the upcoming FPS Global League. Game is Vanguard, generic tactical shooter, think Valorant meets CS. I sit down with the head coach, Rusty. Guy is 35, looks 50, permanent scowl, lives on nicotine and hatred. We need to resign Jet and Crows, he says, pointing at stats sheets. Best entry duo in the region. I push the papers away. No, we're releasing them. Rusty looks at me like I just spoke Aramaic. They're top 5 in the world. You release them, Cloud9 signs them in 10 minutes. Let them, I say, sipping my oat milk latte. They're toxic. I heard Crows smash a keyboard last week. It's bad vibes. We're building a culture of inclusivity and mental wellness. Rusty turns purple. It's a competitive sport. Passion happens. Want nice guys or you want to win? I want both, and I want them to not be guys. Silence in the room. You could hear the server fans humming down the hall. Excuse me? You heard me. The future is female, Rusty. We are going to field the first mixed-gender majority female roster in the Tier 1 League, not the Game Changers League, the main stage. Rusty laughs. Actually laughs in my face. There isn't a female pro pool deep enough to compete with the Tier 1 Koreans right now. Maybe in 3 years of development, not now. I smirk. That's just gatekeeping. The talent is there, you just aren't looking because you're obsessed with your little boys, club stats. I fired Rusty 2 days later. Cited insubordination and resistance to company culture. Now I had the reins. Full control. Time to build the dream team. I didn't look at ranked leaderboards. I looked at Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. I wanted personalities, stories, brands. First hire, Pixie. Massive streamer, 2 million followers. She plays the game all day, always has good vibes, in her title. Her aim looks snappy in her highlight reels. Sure, she mostly plays against silver-ranked simps who let her win, but talent is talent, right? She brings the audience. Second hire, Valkyrie. Former semi-pro from a different game entirely. Big on activism, constantly posting threads about harassment in gaming. I loved her fire. She'd be the team captain, the moral compass. Third hire, Nova. Actually a decent player, top 500 ranked. But she had a reputation for being difficult because she refused to join comms. I decided she just needed a safe space to thrive. Fourth and fifth hires, 2 guys, because I needed to fill the slots and didn't want to be accused of reverse sexism immediately. Picked Alex and Ben. Quiet, docile, fresh out of the academy team. They wouldn't rock the boat? I unveil the roster. Titanium Gaming, the new era. Slick marketing video. Slow motion shots of Pixie putting on a headset. Valkyrie staring defiantly into the camera. Voiceover about breaking glass ceilings. Twitter goes nuclear. Half the comments are, "Yes, queen." The other half are 0 to 13 incoming. I block the haters. Standard incel behavior, I tell myself. They're just scared of change. Training camp starts 3 weeks before the season opener. I convert the scrim room. Took down the dark, gamer cave, aesthetics. Put in plants, essential oil diffusers, bean bags. Wanted an environment that fostered creativity, not aggression. First day of scrims against a Tier 2 team. I sit in to watch. Valkyrie is giving a speech about holding space for each other. Alex and Ben are staring at their monitors, looking terrified. Game starts. We get rolled, like genuinely obliterated. Round 1 ends in 15 seconds. Pixie gets headshot instantly. "OMG, he's cheating!" she screams. "Did you see that angle? That's sus!" Valkyrie pauses the match. Types in all chat, "Can we keep the aggression down? It's just a scrim." The other team types back, "Wick?" We lose the map 13-1. I call a team meeting immediately. "Okay, rough start, but I saw some good communication." I lie. Alex raises his hand. They weren't cheating. We just didn't smoke off the sniper line. We need to practice execute strats." Valkyrie glares at him. "Alex, stop mansplaining the game state. Pixie felt unsafe peeking that angle. We need to validate that feeling." Alex shuts up. I nod. "Exactly. We need to focus on team cohesion. If we trust each other, the wins will come." Next 2 weeks are a nightmare. Pixie keeps skipping practice to do sponsored streams. "I have to maintain my brand, that's why you hired me," she argues. I let it slide because her subscriber count is up. Nova refuses to listen to callouts. Valkyrie spends more time arguing with people on Twitter than reviewing VODs. The two guys, Alex and Ben, are doing 90% of the fragging. They are sweating their souls out just to keep rounds competitive. I pull them aside. "Look, I appreciate the effort, but you're playing a bit selfishly. Try to set up the girls more, support them, let them shine." Ben looks at me like I just asked him to cut off his own hands. If I don't peek, we lose the sight. They aren't trading the kills. "That's a trust issue," I say smoothly. "Trust them to trade." Season opener arrives. Major LAN event in Berlin. Huge stage, thousands of fans, millions watching online. This is it. My revolution. I spent $50,000 on the team's outfits. Custom streetwear, hair and makeup team flown in. We look fantastic walking out of the tunnel. Crowd cheers, mostly for Pixie. We are playing against Reaper Esports. 5 stoic Russian guys who look like they wrestle bears for cardio. They haven't smiled since the collapse of the Soviet Union. I give the pep talk in the booth. "You belong here. You are icons. Just go out there and express yourselves." Game 1 starts. Pistol round. Pixie buys the wrong gun because she was waving at a fan. Valkyrie calls a rush B. The Russians are waiting. It's a slaughter. Pixie dies first. Why are they playing so weird?" she whines on comms. Alex tries to clutch, gets 2 kills but falls. 0-1. Round 4. First gun round. Nova misses a sniper shot. Gets immediately one-tapped by the Russian sniper. She slams her desk. "My mouse is lagging! Technical pause!" Referees come over. They check the gear. Mouse is fine. She just forgot to charge it. Crowd starts murmuring. Twitch chat is spamming emotes. I'm watching from the VIP box, nails digging into my palms. "It's just nerves," I tell the CEO next to me. "They'll settle in." They do not settle in. By round 10, the score is 0-10. The Russians aren't even using tactics anymore. They are running at us with shotguns, disrespecting us. Valkyrie is having a meltdown in voice chat. "This is toxicity, they're BMing. Bad manners, us. Ref, do something." She types in all chat. "So unprofessional, you guys are misogynists." The Russian captain types back, "We play game, you play Twitter." Oof, that one hurt. We lose map 1130. The first perfect game in the history of the league. Backstage, the locker room is a war zone. Pixie is crying, checking her phone. "They're making memes of me! I'm losing subs!" Nova is screaming at the tech guy about her mouse. Valkyrie is drafting a statement about harassment. Alex and Ben are sitting in the corner, heads in hands, silence. I walk in, clapping my hands. "Okay, everyone, shake it off. Map 2 is ours. We just need to reset the mental." Alex stands up. "Quiet kid, never spoke up before." "We can't win," he says, voice shaking. "Not with that attitude," I snap. "No," he says louder. "We literally can't win. Pixie doesn't know the spray patterns. Nova doesn't know the smoke lineups. We are playing 2 vs 5 out there. It's embarrassing." Valkyrie turns on him. "Wow, blaming your teammates? Typical toxic male behavior. This is exactly why we need safe spaces." Alex throws his jersey on the floor. "I'm not playing map 2, put in a sub. I'm not ruining my career for this circus." He walks out. Ben looks at Alex, looks at me, then follows him. Panic. Pure, unadulterated panic. I have 10 minutes until map 2. I have 3 players. The CEO is texting me, "Fix this, now." I look at the sub list. We don't have subs. I didn't hire any because I didn't want shadow players threatening the starters. Confidence. I run to the tournament organizer. "We have a medical emergency. 2 players down. We need to forfeit or reschedule." "No rescheduling," the admin says. "You field a team or you're disqualified and fined." I have one option. I call the academy coach back at the hotel. He has the junior squad there just to watch. "Get him here, now." 3 pimply teenagers show up 5 minutes later, breathless, wearing jeans and hoodies. They don't have jerseys. They don't have makeup. They plug in their dirty, worn-out keyboards. I pull Pixie and Nova aside. "You're benched. These kids are playing." "But my fans!" Pixie screeches. "Sit down," I actually yell. First time I've lost my cool. Valkyrie stays because league rules say the captain must play. So it's Valkyrie and 4 teenage boys who look like they haven't seen the sun in years. Map 2 starts. The difference is instant. The kids are cracked. Twitching reflexes, perfect utility usage. They don't talk about feelings. They call out, "One market, hit 40. Flash out, swing now." Bam, bam, bam. We take the first 3 rounds. The Russians actually pause to strategize. Valkyrie tries to IGL in-game lead. "Let's do a slow default, hold space." One of the kids, Timmy, interrupts. "No, rush A. I flash. You plant, go." They ignore her and execute perfectly. Valkyrie is bottom of the leaderboard, 0 kills, 8 deaths. But the kids are carrying. We claw back to a 12-12 overtime. Final round. 1v1 situation. It's Valkyrie left alive versus the Russian captain. Bomb is planted. She just needs to hide. The kids are screaming, "Just hide, don't peek! Time is low!" Valkyrie peeks. She wants the glory. She wants the highlight clip. She swings out wide. Russian captain 180-degree spins and headshots her. We lose 12-14. Series over. Eliminated in the first round. The internet is melting down. Not because we lost, but because 3 random teenagers almost beat the world champions while the star roster got 13-0'd. The post-match thread on Reddit has 40,000 upvotes. Top comment, "The duality of man." I sit in the green room, staring at the floor. The CEO walks in. He doesn't look angry. He looks tired. "You're done," he says. "It was a learning curve. I start. We challenged the meta. We generated millions of impressions. You made us a laughingstock. The sponsors are pulling out. Logitech doesn't want to be associated with gear failure excuses." He tosses a file on the table. "We're restructuring. We're bringing Rusty back." Rusty, the misogynist? Rusty the winner. He's re-signing the old roster tomorrow. I pack my desk on Monday. They didn't fire me, fearing a wrongful termination lawsuit. They moved me to, quote, community outreach coordinator. Basically, I manage the Discord server and ban bots. Salary cut in half. No budget, no team. I watch from the sidelines as Rusty rebuilds the team. 5 guys again. Boring, efficient, lethal. They win the next major. I see them lifting the trophy, confetti falling. Rusty gives an interview. We just focused on the game, no distractions, just pure work. The crowd cheers. I'm sitting in my cubicle, scrolling LinkedIn. I see a post from Valkyrie. She's starting a podcast about trauma in esports. Pixie went back to streaming, makes $50,000 a month reacting to cooking videos. I sip my lukewarm coffee. I still don't think I was wrong. The game itself is flawed. It rewards twitch reflexes and aggression, male traits. If the developers actually cared about diversity, they'd change the mechanics. Make it more about empathy, negotiation, narrative. Yeah, that's the ticket. I open a new Word doc. Drafting a proposal for a new esports league. Holistic gaming beyond the scoreboard. I'll pitch it to the indie devs. They'll get it. The world just wasn't ready for my vision. But next time I'll find the right players. Ones who truly understand the mission. I hit send on the email. Smile to myself. The revolution isn't over. It's just buffering.